Michael here with the How to Draw and Paint channel. Let's use coins to draw a cute bear. Begin by placing a quarter and tracing around its edges. This will create an eye. Now we'll create the other eye. Just move the quarter slightly to the side and let's go ahead and trace around that. Now let's use a penny and we'll create the bear's snout. And we can take our eraser and erase out the overlapping lines from the eyes. Now let's draw a shape for the nose. And a line down from the center of the nose. And a sort of triangular shape down at the bottom here. And another line will create the tongue. Just like that. You can already see this bear coming along. Let's create some eyelids for these eyes. Using a quarter, trace a curve for one eye and then the other. Now using a nickel, trace a curve for the bottom of the iris. That's the colored part of the eye. And now for the pupil, the dark center of the eye, use a penny to draw that curve. Draw a highlight square inside the area of the pupil. And another smaller one at the bottom. Highlights are the reflections of lights in the bear's eyes. Now let's round out the edges of the nose. Erase our overlaps. Now we're ready for the next step. Let's draw the bear's head. Place one of the quarters over the eye and using a dime, we will use the dime as a spacer to mark off the edges of the head. So you just roll that dime along the quarter and make little marks. You have to be careful to hold that quarter in place. Just keep rolling it around. I have to switch hands now so I can come around the bottom side. We're almost done with this side of the face. Okay, there you go. You can see how that's shaping up. Now let's take our pencil and connect the dots. I'm using a short sketching technique to sketch a slight curve between the dots. And we'll work the top as well. Very good. Now it's time to work the other side of the face. Place the dime near the center of the head and continue outward, making small marks again, just like we did on the other side. Sometimes the dime might slip a little. That's okay. We'll fix that up when we sketch the edge in. Now let's connect the dots. Now we have both sides of the bear's face. Let's give this bear some ears. A penny will be a good size. Now for the bear's body. I'm going to start with a nickel. let's use a dime to make a bear foot. And of course we need one for the other side. Now I'll just connect these together. We'll use a quarter here to draw the bottom of the bear. And we'll connect up this other foot. Now there's our bear's body. Now I'm going to draw some curves to place some hands. And we'll do that with some partial circles. And you can see how we can connect some little hands to our bear. There we go, isn't he cute? We can use the eraser to clean up some of our construction lines. Now let's add some detail to the bear's foot. Start with an oval, one for each foot, and now we're going to add some toes. Right after we tighten up these lines. Alright, here we go, a toe, another toe, and another toe. Our bear is just going to have 3 toes. I'm thinking this body needs to be a little thicker. Our bear looks kind of thin. So let's make those lines a little wider there. Alright, this bear is coming along very nicely. Let me dust away some of this eraser garbage, and let's work on the inside of the ears. I'm drawing 2 curves, one that's tucked up inside the other, just like that. We'll do the same thing over here. First curve, and then the second curve. I think this one's a little small. Let's make that bigger. Certainly can make corrections in your drawing. That's why we're working with pencil. So if you want to change something, erase it and repair it. That's totally okay. There, now they're more symmetrical. This completes the first stage of our drawing where we sketch out the bear. We're going to be adding more detail and shading our bear, so this would be a good time to catch up. Pause the video if you need to. I think I need to add a little highlight to the nose. But really, before I get going any further, I'm going to need to sharpen my pencil. It's important to have a sharp pencil. So I have a little pencil sharpener here, and I'll just go ahead and use that quickly while you're catching up. The next stage is going to be a lot of fun, as we're going to add detail to the edges of the bear. Alright, here we go. Let's start on phase 2. I'm just going to move around the edge of the ear with some little jagged lines and keeping them short. I'll move my hand out of the way in just a moment. You can see what I've done. Just like that. Not worried about them being perfect because I want to create some little bits of hair on the bear. And there, I'll pull my hand out of the way. As soon as I fill this in, you can see how that ear looks, and then pause the video if you like, and you can complete that ear. Just like that. Now working down around the edge of the face. Again, just using short strokes as I move along. And then we're going to roll right through that connection of those two circles right there. And coming around the right here to this ear. Let's clean that up a little bit. Now we'll come around this other ear, again with short strokes. And if we get a little jagged connection there, that just helps look like fur. And we'll take out our connecting lines here. A few tufts of hair in the ear, and then we need to shade that in as well. Now let's do a little work on the eyes. Just strengthening up these lines. Making them a little thicker as they go to the outside edge of the eye. That gives a kind of eyelash to the bear's eyelids. And now let's trace the top of the eyelid. And put some shading on that to help give it form. I think a few eyelashes here would be really cute. Let's add those. Now let's work on the pupils and the eyes and shade those in. And first I'm coming around and strengthening the edges around some of these shapes. So when I go to shade in, I'm not having a problem getting between the lines. Change the direction of your shading as needed. And this just takes a little time and care. It's a very enjoyable process of filling these spaces in. Alright, let's move on to the other eye. I'm going to carefully strengthen the edge of the nose there, and just come around and strengthen these lines, work my way around these shapes. And now we have that done, so we will shade in between the lines here. There, now both the pupils are almost done. A little more shading here on the eyelid, just to smooth that out. And let's strengthen the snout here. And the nose. And we'll also shade in the dark part here on the nose. So you may see that I go over some lines more than once, and simply as I'm looking at the drawing, I'm trying to make sure that things are getting completed as I move along. And sometimes you will see parts that you need to correct or adjust, and that's just the way it goes. Just go back and rework that part a little bit, get everything to balance out. I'm going to strengthen here the iris, and let's hatch in some lines radiating out from the pupil. And we'll put some little bit of shading right here around the edge. And now a little bit of shading under the eyelid. Yeah, just like that. And now the bottom of the eye. And the tongue. Strengthen that there, and just a tiny bit of shading on the tongue there and on the face. And maybe draw a few little lines there where the eyes are connecting to the face. And just going to strengthen this here. Let's go back around and tweak things, and now let's move back around to the edge of the face and finish that up. Make little corrections as you go. Okay, now let's add here to the paws some little toes. Same with the other paw. Draw a few lines for the toes. And do a little shading here for some, indicating some fur along the lower part of the head. And let's do a little shading here on the body, where the shadow of the head would fall on the body. Just work our way around these feet. And around the other foot here now. And we're getting close to completing our bear. A little bit of shading here under the legs. And let's shade in these little pads on the feet. We'll draw some little small circular highlights in there. These are small, so they will shade in quite quickly. There we go. Now let's do this foot. Just refine some of these lines. Wow, bear's getting very close to done here. I think that there might be one more thing I want to do, and that is add a little shading underneath the bear to place him on the floor. I'm sure we could spend some more time doing tiny touch-ups, but I think today we'll call this bear done. Thank you so much for taking time to draw this bear with us today, and we look forward to having you view some of the other lessons for drawing with coins and circles. Be sure to share your drawings with your friends and let them know that they can do amazing things just using nickels, dimes, and quarters to draw cute critters. And thanks again for watching. You have a great day.
You can find this video, along with many others, in our courses at videohomeschool.com, where we help kids discover and develop their God-given talents.